Here we are at the Richmond International Raceway for the Toyota Carrera 250, the third to last race before the chase, so a lot on the line here tonight. This could really make or break some people's chase chances. Before we get going, let's take a look at our 42-car starting field. On the pole, we have John Gammett looking for his first win this season to get himself into the chase. Choose outside, two-time winner this season, Jonathan Beeford, comfortably in the chase. Jeff Bright in third. He has 2 wins this season. That should be good. However, he's, I believe, 29th in points, just on the bubble of the top 30 to be able to use his wins to get into the chase or not. So great showing here tonight would be huge. Remember, he swept Richmond back in season number 2. Colton Yotu's outside, Trey Rainey in 5th. They got Carter Friesen in 6th. 7th, Jason Smith Jr. 8th, Steve Larker. Jay Gammett in 9th. And Marcus Hatch also has 2 wins this season. However, 31st in points, cannot use his wins. He's below the top 30, so he needs a great run here tonight to get into that top 32 rounds out the top 10. The rest of the field goes Mason Hayward. Patrick Smith does not have a win this season. He's in the chase, however, because he's your points leader, wants to keep that point leader, get another victory, or get a victory this season, try and make it easier on him. Tim Gary behind him and TJ Henley, who's outside. Then Luke Rainey does not have a win this season. He's top 5 in points, however, so some of the front runners in points fumble. He could possibly get up there. Who's inside is Joe Jefferson. They got Jake Richardson, Jeff Samito, Evan Hunter trying to sweep Richmond. They got Rob Hernandez, Eli Bright, and Derek Hamill, JT Hanley and Justin Heath, then Joe Sandroge and Jim Gambit, Cole Luigi and Jason Larker, Jake West and Kyle Hunter, and Max Anderson and Isaac Nichols, Bracey Collins in the same boat as Jeff Bright, Marcus Sachi with 2 wins, and then Jay Jefferson. Levi Jones had the points lead before Darlington, got into the wall during that race, falls back to the back of the field, and is now third in points to his inside, the 22 tire alignment. Then behind them, you got Riley Spraytube and Alexander Rowe, Michael Canto and Alex Stewart, and Tim Randolph and Julius Harrison rounding out the field in the final row, row number 21, as we get ready to start the Toyota Carrera 250 with this starting command. Forward 2 engines fire up and roll off here for the Toyota Carrera 250. Short track racing to get to the final race of the chase. Richmond, Iowa, Vancouver, all before the chase. As we get to the green flag, we're racing for 38 laps here at Richmond. John Gammett clears the field off turn 4. He'll lead lap number 1 from the pole. 5 points for him. Jeff Bright coming. He needs those 5 points desperately. Remember, we said he's on the bubble, being able to make the chase or not with his 2 victories, trying to stay in that top 30 points. John Gammett way up the track, almost into the wall. Comes down. Luckily, everyone gives him some room to get down in line. As Jeff Bright pulls away from Trey Rainey, he's definitely going to lead this lap. He's going to get those 5 bonus points that he needs. Jason Smith Jr. almost spins. A car is around in 3 and 4. It's Jake Richardson, Luke Rainey possibly damaged, but the 88 car with some heavy damage. And they're still wrecking front straightaway. Levi Jones, Isaac Nichols has gone around. Jay Jefferson with damage in the number 1 car. Alex Stewart. They're still trying to wreck, getting to their positions. JT Hanley. Jake Richardson in pits. Let's see what happened to that number 88. Racing through 3 and 4, the 88 car of Jake Richardson to the inside, the 6 of Mason Hayward, and it looks like, I believe the 6 was coming down to arc off that corner, comes down, didn't know Richardson was there or something like that. Richardson up into the wall hard, gets Luke Rainey. Remember, we were talking about Luke Rainey. He's trying to get into that chase by getting some points or a win. That's not how he's going to be able to do it. And then something happened ahead with the 4 of Alex Stewart possibly. Trying to see here what possibly could have happened. The 81 was already sitting sideways in the grass, and the 38 and the 7 were somehow in that. Oh, they sped up trying to get positions to the line or something. There was a big stack up. 38 got into the 1, the 1 got into the 7. Now JT Hanley gets spun around. Oh, avoiding it, and then, yeah, I don't know why they do that, but just spun it around. I think he's going to get a little tap right there from Bracey Collins, so another driver couldn't afford having that happen. Let's go on board with Luke Rainey. Let's see how much damage he actually got from this incident. I don't know how much he got to the front end, but it looked like he had some pretty severe contact. Yeah, I can't see any damage there, but there could possibly be something inner with that damage. Look at this in real time as the 88 Jake Richardson, not what he needs. He's up there in points, so if he got a win, it would put him in, but this is going to set that team back dramatically. They have 2 races to try and recover, but they need a win, and they need another great result along with that victory. His teammate Jeff Bright led the field back to the stripe. They will, of course, stay out. And the 5 car leads back to the green flag. Coming back to the restart with 31 laps to go here in the Toyota Carrera 250, lap number 8. Jake Richardson out of this race, 42nd, not what that 88 team needs. He's going to get minimal points here tonight. Jeff Bray, his teammate out front, in sight he's used to seeing here at Richmond. In second, Trey Rainey. Third, Jonathan Buford. Fourth, Jason Smith Jr. and Colton Yule in fifth. They got Jay Gambit, John Gambit, Carr Friesen, Patrick Smith, their points there, and Steve Larker rounding out the top 10. You see Luke Ray at the back of the field. He came down here to check that damage. The green flag is back out for Jeff Bright. We're back racing here at Richmond. 31 laps to go. Bright with a pretty good restart there, but we've seen leaders in the past overdrive this first corner. Exactly what Jeff Bright does right there. Trey Rainey looking to the inside. Jonathan Buford looking for his 3rd win of the season, trying to get to the inside. Rainey couldn't do that as Rainey blocked him off. So they go through 3 and 4 right here. There was contact there between Patrick Smith and Carr Friesen. Almost a wreck, which would have involved your points leader. So big issues there. I believe the caution is already back out. Jim Gambit has wrecked in the corners. Trey Rainey and Jonathan Buford making contact. Jason Smith Jr. gets all the way through to the bottom lane to the race lead. They're racing back here. I believe Jim Gambit spun in 3 and 4. Something amiss there. As they come off the corner, Colton Yule trying to get back in front. Jason Smith Jr. comes out of nowhere to lead the field back to the stripe in front. As Jim Gambit with a ton of damage, he just nailed Tyler Lyman. Lyman had some sort of issues. 27th, he was going to be in line, and Jim Gambit just hit him hard in that number 60 car. Let's see what happened. Racing towards the back of the pack, let's see what happened here to the 60 car. Oh, he entered way too low and got into the 1 car. Oh, and got Riley Sprague to end at Kyle Hunter the most there. Luke Rainey still sideways trying to hold on to the car. What happened to Tyler Lyman? He's up there in 27th. Got hit by Michael Canto and spun around. That's what happened. Canto's flat out spun Lyman. And then Lyman trying to get back up into gear, I'm guessing. Trying to get out of first gear, possibly. But if I'm Lyman, I'm staying low. That 60 car's coming fast. He can't just nail on the brakes. My, oh my. And that has just ruined the back end of the 22 car. Has taken Jim Gambit definitely out of this race. As Jason Smith Jr. led the field back to the stripe. As this Richmond race just taken a wacky turn, Samil Jr. leads back to the green flag. As we go back green on lap number 15, the car's up because there. Kyle Hunter, Tyler Lyman, and Jim Gambit. Jay Jefferson lap down. He had damage to both sides of that race car. Team came down pit road to repair that car, so that is why he's a lap down to the inside, but that car should be fine. Jason Smith Jr. out front, Colton Yule in second, Jeff Bright third, Jonathan Buford fourth, and Trey Rainey your top 5 for this restart as they come down the front straight. Green flag back in the air, we're back racing. Jay Jefferson did not get going. A past winner here at Richmond in the Target Series. You know how badly he wants to get into the chase. That team has peaked as of late, but not going to be able to get into the chase if he's a lap down. 38th, he needs to get ahead of the 40 car and hope for a quick yellow, which we've been seeing here at Richmond in the past. Jefferson trying to move around that 40 car. I believe he might be coming back down pit road, though, so probably bigger issues there for the 1 car. He's back in pit road. I believe the 44 is in pit road as well. TJ Hanley. That's one of the drivers that is barely in with 1 victory. He can't afford to go lap down here. They battle down the backstretch. Colton Yule to the inside. Jason Smith Jr. for that race lead in 3 and 4. Yo drives it. He's going to clear. Jason Smith Jr. As where's Hanley? Possibly stop and go. Maybe he passed before the start-finish line. Get an update on that. Smith Jr. drives it back underneath Colton Yule to take the race lead. Jeff Bright sells into third. They're 3 wide behind, trying to get up to the front, trying to win. They know this could be one of their last chances to get into the chase. Jeff Bright coming for that second position. So now the 1 car is 2 laps down, so bigger issues there in Jay Jefferson's camp. TJ Hanley now 1 down, so he's hoping for a quick yellow, you know. As Jeff Bright back to the inside for the race lead, showing why he's one of the best here at Richmond in the Target Series. He's going to clear Samil Jr. easily, but Samil with a crossover, a great crossover out of the 40 car. A little bump and a banging. Behind them, Patrick Smith sideways. Hangs onto it. No caution, but that could be big for your points leader. And remember, if he falls out of the points lead, which is some people are probably rooting for that right now, that would be another chase spot that would be opened up for someone. Jonathan Buford and Jeff Bright making contact. Jason Smith Jr. at the track. Colton Yule all the way to the bottom lane. He's going to take that race lead as we are now halfway through this race. 19 to go. Caution has come out for a crash involving a lot of cars. TJ Hanley back in it. John Gambit bracing Collins. This happened towards the front of the field. Gambit was pretty far up there. They're racing back here. Yeah, it looks like they're slowing it down. They might have... Let's hope Larker and Collins can get out of the way. Look out, Colton Yule. Okay, he rubbed up against him. That shouldn't really be... Ooh, watch out for that 43. Yeah, please let that 01 go, please. So bigger issues for a lot of drivers trying to get into the chase. First, let's see what happened to John Gambit, as it looks like he might have gone around. Racing 3 wide off of turn number 4. Coluigi in the 30 car way up high. See, there's a whole lane below the 30 car, and I think that's what caused it. Coluigi pushed up into John Gambit. Patrick Smith, hard hit for Gambit, up off the ground. Evan Hunter involved. Jason Larker just spins back there, and I think he's getting hit here by Max Anderson. Puts him up in the air on his side. Does he go upside down? Wow. That 2 cars on side until it got hit by the A7. So a lot of drivers back here. You can see the 43, the 09 of Patrick Smith here, points there with a ton of damage. TJ Henley comes piling in here into the 38 car, the 7, the 2 car on side until it got hit by the 87 just a little bit. So big issues. Brayson Collins in the grass. First, let's go on board TJ Henley in the 44. Remember, he had some pit road penalty, it looked like, and now he's back here, and that's what caused it. Yeah, that 2 car was doing a bouncing act until the A7 hit it. Let's go on board with Luke Rainey in the A7. This has just not been the night he was looking forward to. Yeah, first got damage from that first accident. Now scraping by on the outside here. Just clips the 2 car and it's going to give that A7 car even more damage. Next, let's go on board with your points leader, Patrick Smith in the 09s. He was one of the first to get involved in this, and a ton of damage to your points leader. Possibly going to take him out of that points lead and out of the chase. Yeah, not to sound bad here, but you know that's what a lot of people were kind of hoping for. That Patrick Smith had some issues here tonight because he was the points leader, and that was just another spot being taken up by a driver without a win. So I'm sure some drivers are not really happy to see that happen, but just a little bit relieved that possibly that's another spot opening. Colton Neal leads the field back, and he leads back to the green flag. Coming back here on lap number 26, we came back just a little bit earlier because we have a lot of updates to show you. So cars out because of that are the 2 of Jason Larker, remember he's on his side, John Gambit, Luke Rainey, and Patrick Smith, their points there, 35th. TJ Hanley and his team repaired the car, took the hood off the car, so he's 2 laps down now in 34th. However, that is some points that he gained because that can be important points. Jay Jefferson to the inside, also 2 down, so there's 32 cars on the lead lap. Colton Neal out front trying to win his first of the season. Jonathan Buford looking for his 3rd and 2nd. Same with Jeff Bright in 3rd, Jason Spino Jr. in 4th, and Tim Gary 5th. They got Carter Freeze and Trey Rainey, Jay Gambit, Marcus Sanchi, and Joe Jefferson rounding out the top 10 as they come back to the line. The green flag is back waving. We're back racing here at Richmond with just over 10 laps to go, 13 to go to be exact. Inside lane not going to be the place to be behind Hanley as Jay Jefferson stays to the inside. Colton Yo, that's going to be one of those 2 laps back, and it's going to allow Jonathan Buford to possibly peek to the inside. Jeff Bramwell spins underneath the 97 car as they come down the backstretch. Colton Yo gets in line in that lead. Jay Jefferson way up the track there. TJ Hanley moves up high, getting out of the way. Smart move there by the 44. Hanley knows he's not really going to gain anything by blocking people, so might as well move out of the way and let those faster cars go on by, not make any enemies out here. Jeff Bright going for the race lead once again. Jason Spino Jr. behind him. Carter Friesen pinches the 44 up high. As he was up top, tried to get by that 44. He's able to do that successfully without wrecking. 11 laps to go here at Richmond. Jeff Bright out front. Used to seeing that. He's won 2 times here in the Target Series, both in season number 2, driving the number 9 Junior Motorsports car. He's in a Junior Motorsports car now. It's just the number 5. Tim Gary looking for another victory. He won at Darlington, looking for his 2nd win of the season, trying to go 2 in a row. And what would that do? It would all but lock him into the chase because 2 wins is a lot better than 1 here. So 10 laps to go. Tim Gary clears for the race lead. Jonathan Buford looking for his 3rd win of the season. While that doesn't seem like it's necessary because he's already in the chase with 2 wins, a 3rd win will be 5 more bonus points to start out the chase with. That would be huge. Jay Jefferson sideways off of Jeff Bright. He's able to hold on to it. Jay Gambit also looking for another win this season. He has 1 at the pre-card, looking for his 2nd here at Richmond. 3 wide with Tim Gary up top. Jason Smear Jr. all the way to the bottom. Big move out of the 40 car. He's going to clear for the race lead in 3 and 4. He's bringing Jeff Bright with him. Oh, wrecking hard. Sachi involved. And I believe that was Joe Jefferson. They're still piling in hard. Big points implications there. Marcus Such, look at the damage to that number 12 car. He was having a great run in the top 10. It was getting him into the top 30 once again, and huge damage to that 12 car. They did race back with Jason Smear Jr. out front, Jay Gambit in second. And it's going to be a late race restart with, I believe it's going to be about 3 laps to go, as Marcus Sachi, Joe Jefferson, another car, went around to start that accident. Racing off of turn number 4, Marcus Sachi down on the number 12 car, slides up into the 31 of Joe Jefferson. They clip up into Colton Yo. All three of those guys having great runs, possibly could have contended for the race win. Now their cars are junk. Some cars go down low. Riley Sprague spins underneath JT Hanley. Hanley gets damage from Mason Hayward. Evan Hunter powers through on the high side. Sean spins. Derek Hamill, I think, was able to avoid that. He did get just a little bit of damage. Alexander Rowe also spins. Riley Sprague gets in the back of the 36 cars. He's trying to get away from the accident. So a lot of points implications because of this. Marcus Sachi is going to get back into the top 30 points, which is going to be another spot in the chase taken up. But now with the time damage, if he can't stay in the race or if he's going to be at the back of the field slower, he's probably not going to get the points needed to get into the top 30 points. How exciting this is going to be into these final 2 races for the chase. So Jason Smear Jr. is going to lead the field back to the stripe. He, of course, stays out, and the 4 car leads back to the green flag, trying to hold on to win. 3 laps to go and get the restart, so it's going to be a single file restart. No car surprisingly retired from that, so we still have 32 cars on the lead lap. Jason Smith Jr. out front the number 40. In second, you have Jake Gambit. Third is Jeff Bright. Tim Gary in fourth, and Jonathan Beefer in fifth. Then Steve Larker in sixth. He has a lap car between he and seventh place car Friesen. Eighth is Trey Rainey. Ninth, Robert Hernandez, and Luigi rounds out the top 10. So the pace cars and 3 laps to go. Final restart. Richmond. Jason Smith Jr. out front. Green flag back in the air in the Toyota Care 250. Great restart there for Jason Smith Jr. Gets out away from Jay Gambit. But if he goes up the track in 1-2, it's going to hurt him. He does go up the track. Jay Gambit trying to get to the bottom lane. Jeff Bright to the inside of him as they come down the back straightaway. Bell is all inside this top 5. Jeff Bright trying to clear Jay Gambit to get his sights set on the number 40 car in case there's a caution. 2 to go here at Richmond. Anyone back to about the 33 has a shot to win. They come down the backstretch, come to the white flag this time. Almost spinning behind. Jason Smith Jr. trying to hold that race lead. Jeff Bright trying to get to it. Off of 4, Bright to the inside. The white flag is showing one more time around here at Richmond. Jeff Bright looking for his 3rd win at Richmond in the Target Series. Remember, he swept here in season number 2. He's clear, Jason Smith Jr., but does anyone have anything for him as they go down the backstretch into turn 3? Jeff Bright needed this run badly as he goes through 3 and 4 and off of 4. 3rd win of the season is going to get himself into the chase. Jeff Bright wins at Richmond. And what a well-needed and well-timed win for Jeff Bright. A clutch victories on the bubble of making it in the top 30 or not. This win is going to propel him up into the top 25 in points and should definitely get himself into the chase as he's going to have 2 races left and he has to just stay in the top 30 now. And those are a lot more points going towards the chase. Let's now go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Toyota Care 250 at Richmond. There were 5 caution flags for 20 laps. Jeez. And you had 13 lead changes among 6 different drivers. Jeff Bright leads 9 laps to get to victory lane here at Richmond, his 3rd victory of the season. Tim Gary ends up in 2nd position. Jason Smith Jr. led the most laps, 18. He ends up 3rd. Steve Larker in 4th and Carter Friesen in 5th. They got Jonathan Beefer in 6th. Jay Gambit 7th. Trey Rainey in 8th. Robert Hernandez 9th. And Eli Bright rounding out the top 10. So there's your top 20. Some notables just outside the top 20. You had Evan Hunter in 16th. A well-needed run there as he was the last driver in on wins. He was in 12th in the chase standings. So 16th place, a great day for him. He's going to move up a few positions in points most likely. Down 21st to 40th. Some drivers down here needing days, and they just could not deliver. Max Anderson in 24th. This could have been a day where if he finished top 20, he could have taken over the points lead from Patrick Smith because of Smith's issues. But he had damage of his own, so he ends up 24th. Now he and Brayson Collins trying to get to the top 30 in points, 25th. Marcus Sachi trying to do the same in 28th. Down here, TJ Hanley. Got some damage there from that one incident. He had that penalty, and they got damage from that. In 34th, Patrick Smith, your points leader. In 35th, he is still your points leader. However, Luke Franey in 36th. Just a ton of drivers needing great runs, and they could not deliver. Let's go look at the point standings. 2 races left before the chase, and here are the point standings after Richmond. Patrick Smith, keeps that points lead by 40 points over Max Anderson in second. Levi Shillings in third, only 44 back. Alex Stewart is fourth, and Derek Hamill in fifth. Luke Rainey in sixth. Those two still have shots. Remember, they don't have wins this season, so they need to either win these next two races or get to the points lead. Jake Ammett seventh with a victory. Eighth, Isaac Nichols. Ninth, Justin Heath, and Tim Gary rounding out the top 10. So there's your top 20 in the points. See, Jonathan Buford with a great run moves up to 14th. Same with Steve Larker in the 33 to 15th. JT Hanley falls to 19th with one victory. He's most likely going to need to win another race this season. So as we look down 21st to 40th, you can see Jeff Bright with 3 victories moves all the way up to 22nd in points, exactly what he needed. Bracey Collins is still 30th, and Marcus Sachi is still 31st. So they need a lot to happen here to get into that top 30 in points. So right now, if we start the chase, there are 1, 2, 3, or let's go by 2 wins, all right? Count the points later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 positions right there taken up. And then down here, 21st and 40th, you have 6, 7. And then as we look, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Evan Hunter still in the 12th position because Tim Gary had a better run than him. Gary jumps all the way up out. But now the first car out is TJ Hanley in the 44 and 13th position in points. The guy that's finished runner-up last 2 seasons in the Target Series wanted to try and get back into the chase. He needs another victory, or he needs Hunter and Tim Gary and Justin Heath to kind of fumble here. Hanley is still only 26 points behind Hunter, so he still has a shot. Tim Gary's kind of pulled away, or no, Tim Gary hasn't even pulled away. Justin Heath has pulled away from Tim Gary. Hunter is only 8 points behind Gary, so this could be very, very huge. And then, of course, if Patrick Smith loses that points lead, it goes to Hanley because Smith will fall out of the points lead. So if Smith has a bad day once again at Iowa, 40 points can be lost there. But then you also have to look down here. Collins is right now tied with Joe Jefferson. So if he finishes better than Jefferson, actually he's not tied with, he's 28 points behind Jefferson. So if he can get up ahead Jefferson, say Joe Jefferson wrecks this next race at Iowa, if he falls outside the top 30, Collins could move up a spot. Marcus Sachi moves up a spot. That's another spot in the points taken up. So say Patrick Smith keeps that points and Marcus Sachi moves in, then the driver that would lose that position is Evan Hunter in the 11 car. But once again, if Smith falls down and Sachi stays out, that would be a TJ Hanley spot. And then, of course, if Collins and Sachi both fall out, then it would go to JT Hanley. So a lot of different things can happen here before the chase starts. As we got 2 races before the chase, the next one will be the Nike 300 at Iowa. See you guys then.